So just make sure you're seated. I don't know why I can't say that word. Sitting up tall, and you might close your eyes like I'm doing now, and just breathe. There's no special way you have to breathe. I just find that I like to breathe out of my mouth. And really the idea is to just give yourself a second to become centered, and just kind of put aside whatever else has been going on for the day and just take this little tiny bit of time for yourself and not let things that may have been going on throughout the day affect that. This is just a moment for you and you alone. I have the essential oil diffuser, I think that's what it's called. It's the one where you put water in it, running in the background, and because I have some really nice smelling essential oil frankincense in there, and it's just very relaxing to have that going and that smell in the room. But we'll see how it works, having it going in the background. We'll see as far as the sound, and if it makes a weird kind of sound in the background. It might add to the atmosphere though, but we'll find out. If you would like, you can open your eyes. And then we're gonna go ahead and do seated cat-cow, so you just stay like you are. And then back, just arch the back. And then come forward. You can take your head and look up like I'm doing. Take your gaze up like I'm doing. And then go back again. Arch your back this way again. Come forward. Do it as slow as you like. Sometimes when I do this one, it makes my back pop, and if that happens, and as long as there's not pain, you should be fine. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and come back to center now. Alright, so I've heard this one, I don't know what you call it, but I've heard it called cheerleader pose, I believe is what it was. But you just take your legs out, kind of like this. And this is going to be the first part of a twist that we're going to do, but for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and do the lower part of it, and you can join me, unless this does not feel good for some reason. I'm actually very, very tight through my hip flexors, which a lot of people tend to be, so if you feel that way, you're definitely not alone by any means. And I want to sit up nice and tall once again, as much as you can. And then since we're doing it on one side, we need to go ahead and do it on the other side to make sure everything is nice and even. I tend to want to sit like this to get myself nice and tall. It's just a little bit easier than trying to, I don't know, do this. It helps to have something that you can kind of put your hands on. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to go back to the first side again so that we can, now that things are a little bit more warmed up, go into this spinal twist. Okay, sit nice and tall, and then I'm just gonna put our hand on here, on our knee, and just kind of go back. Okay, that's a really interesting sensation. I don't typically do this twist with my legs in this position, so if it does not feel comfortable, then do not do that with your legs. Just I don't know, do cross-legged perhaps, or if you have to do your legs out in front, just stretched out in front of you. Or if it absolutely does not feel good, then go ahead and just sit in a chair perhaps and do this spinal twist, because it'll work just fine like that as well. Okay, and back to center. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it basically twice, because I want to make sure that I do it with the legs set up going both directions. So if it's a counter the way we just went, I want to make sure and go this way as well. Just keep breathing. Alright, and let's go ahead and come back to center again. And then let's take our legs going the other way. Okay, let's go ahead and go this way first. And for this stretch, you want everything to, be doing like this. You want your spine, so your lower body, and then your spine to be doing kind of this spiral, and then you want your head to kind of complete it by looking back behind you as far as you can do comfortably, which actually I'm not really able to do super far. Some people can really get it back there, but don't really seem to be able to go that far back. Okay, let's come back to center, and then let's go counter that stretch, going this way now. And you'll find as well, if you do this for any length of time, even just right now, your range of motion might be getting a little bit better. You might be able to stretch back a little bit further. I'm finding that right now for myself, actually, that the more I just kind of sit here and allow this stretch to happen, the more flexible I'm kind of getting and able to go further back into the stretch. Okay, let's go back to center. Alright. Let's go back into cross legs for just a minute, just to become nice and centered again. Get our energy all recentered since doing the twist. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go all the way on the floor. And we're doing a full body stretch. Let's see. I think you can see me all the way, hopefully. So what you can do, you can either do this, your hands and your feet going completely straight in opposite directions, or if your chest is really tight, you can just kind of do like goalpost arms, which in all honesty for me actually feels a little bit better, so I think I'm just going to do that. But if you have the range of motion and the flexibility and you are feeling like you need a bit more, then just go ahead and stretch your arms above your head and just keep stretching your legs down in the opposite direction. You can point your toes too if you'd like. This is very relaxing. This would be an excellent thing to do, like if you were out in nature and on the grass or something like that, and you could just look up at the sky. I'm sure that would feel fantastic. So if you get the opportunity, I highly recommend it. Feels really nice on my whole back. Takes all the pressure out of everything. That's really nice. Especially the upper back. Okay. This feels fantastic, but I know we need to move on because there's a couple more things we have to do. So now go ahead and bend your legs, and make sure your back is nice and kind of pressed into the whatever you're laying on, because we're gonna go ahead and pick up the legs, pick up the knees, I guess you could say. Well, we want to take the knees and grab them, basically. Oh, can really feel that in my lower back for sure. So we're just grabbing and kind of like pulling the knees to the body as close as you can kind of get it, but within your range of motion. Do not hurt your body, do not hurt your lower back doing this. This one is really good for stretching the lower back, for one thing, and then it's also really good for compressing the lower organs and helping with digestion and things like that. You can work with your breaths too. I don't usually do it this way, but if you're one of those people that is so inclined, and particularly in like regular yoga, you might be working with your breath where you might breathe in and let everything kind of relax, and then every time you breathe out, kind of pull your knees into your body a little bit more. And then once again, once you breathe in, let everything kind of expand again. Because your body naturally wants to expand because you're taking in air. And this actually creates a little bit of a massage on your lower back just because of the movement. Actually feels very nice. Okay, if you would like to continue, then go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take my knees back down, or my feet back down, I should say. And then we're just going to go ahead and go into our final pose, the most relaxing pose you can pretty much do, which is Shavasana, or that's the nicer way of saying it, but it's also known as corpse pose because you're just, kind of laying there. And you can have your palms up, or if you do not care for that kind of positioning, you could even perhaps put your hands on your body in whatever way is most comfortable. And I kind of like that better, honestly, so I'm going to just go ahead and do that. Just feel your body, feel it, hopefully it's relaxing. And just breathe, nice, steady, even breath. Yeah, I was really hoping everybody would come visit us, but she must be really tired. Okay. And if you'd like, the most comfortable way personally for getting up for me is to just kind of roll over and get up that way, but whatever works for you if you are getting up.